I am sure that you always wanted to know more about a character of My Little Pony, or even got frustrated because a character didn't get the attention that it deserved. Hey beautiful people, I am Julie, and today we're going to talk about those characters that left us wanting more, or didn't have the public scared as expected. And I'm starting strong in this list, with her! The Terror of Cutie Mar Crusaders, Diamond Tiara. What this little terrestrial pony messed up in the first season is no match to anyone. Always being petty, she did everything to let our little favorite trio down, even though she had her much-awaited redemption arc. That only happens in the episode Crusaders of the Lost Mark, right in the end of the 5th season, where we can see more about the pony being considered so evil for some fans, and we can understand a little about her past. In this episode, we follow a bit of her life and we realize that a lot of her behavior comes from her parents. Yes, guys, the poor one suffered a horrible pressure from them to behave like a rich pony. But even with this episode more focused around her, we still wonder about the non-told story of this pony, both from the past and the future. For sure, they lost the opportunity to continue to develop that to the end of the show. The next one on the list also uses a tiara, but this one is because it's from royalty. That's right, I'm talking about Flurry Heart. That was one of the characters that received a lot of hate from the fans when she was announced back in 2016. In that time, a lot of people found her appearance odd. Those big eyes and wings. We can't lie, she is a little peculiar. But that aside, a lot of people complained that there was so little in her in the show. After her arrival in the first episode in the 6th season, we see the latest of her, and she literally became the heart of the Crystal Empire. And even in the last episode of the last season, The Last Problem, the only thing that we see about her is a stained glass, with her already adult shining with the crystal heart from the Empire. You lost the opportunity, right, Hasbro? It would have been really interesting to follow the story in some special episode. And since that didn't happen, who else got curious to know more about Flurry Heart? And if you like this kind of content, leave a like so I can make a video about Flurry Heart. Now let's talk about some adult characters. Zecora is the only zebra represented in the My Little Pony universe, and she has so little screen time. We were introduced to her right in the first season, in the episode Bridal Gossip, where we see that all ponies hide from her because she was so different and lived in the Everfree forest. In this episode, Twilight explained to her friends that she is a zebra and came from distant lands. But soon after this episode, this was never mentioned again. Why don't we see any other zebras in Equestria? Leave a comment if you would like me to make a video theorizing about it. Now, a fun fact. Did you know that the word Zecora means zebra in the Oromo people from East Africa? Really interesting, huh? This is another character that for sure has a lot of history to add to the series, but didn't have enough screen time nor development, sadly. We stay only in the theories. For example, how did cutie marks emerge on zebras? Is it the same with ponies? Do Zecora's accessories are really accessories or part of her culture? Why she didn't go to live in Ponyville after the ponies stopped fearing her? A lot of questions, guys, but no answers to them. And the next pony are actually two ponies. I'm talking about Applejack's parents. There is not a single character more wronged than them. Since the season 1, a lot of fans had a doubt about what happened to them and why didn't the apples live with her grandma. Those doubts are in the air to this day because we didn't get a clear answer about what really happened to them. The own creator of the show, Lauren Foss, already confirmed in an interview that yes, they are gone, bye-bye. But when and how? We will never know. Maybe it's a delicate matter to address in a kid's audience, but even so, when we see them in the first time in the episode The Perfect Pair, it was love at first sight. The viewers loved this couple so much, and it would be really great to see them in the more episodes, in the ending of season of the show. And continuing with this line of ponies linked to others in the main 6, we have also Scootaloo. During all the development of the show, we see her with the constant wish of flying, and her concern about the size of her wings. And in some moments of the series, we even question ourselves about the fact that they don't grow, and gets afraid of never be able to fly. And guys, this fear is confirmed. We have a preview of how Cutie Mar Crusaders would be as adults adults in the episode 22 of the 9th season, after they wished to a mysterious flower that was in Twilight's castle, and there we see the first side of their adult designs. And if you pay attention, we can see that Scootaloo's wings never grew, aside from her body, and then you can think about what this happened because she wasn't really an adult pony, but in the last episode of the show, we can also see this character in the future, now really as an adult, and her wings didn't grow, and that surely should own its episode. Besides talking about inclusion, it would be really interesting to see the process of adaptation and the challenges that she, as a terrestrial Pegasus, would have to face. What do you guys think? Well, but to think about it, all 3 Cutie Mar Crusaders should be on the list too. Look, all of them suffered a lot from so long in the series, firstly because they didn't have a cutie mark. Of course, until they got that, they passed through so many hard situations in the show, from bullying, acceptations, even feeling that they don't belong. At the start of the series, this was more on the agenda, with her seeing their colleagues winning their cutie marks and so on, without to mention that for being kids, almost no pony took them serious. We see the main 6 themselves treating them like babies at some point. I think that their case isn't as severe as the other ponies on this list, but they're worth to mention as an honorable mention. And the last pony on this list is nonetheless Moondancer. We hear this name right in the beginning of the first episode in the first season, when Twilight receives an invitation to a birthday party. But later in the show, we see that the character was really close to our protagonist when she still lived in Canterlot. In the episode Amending Fences in the 5th season, we see that Moondancer was really affected with Twilight's change to Ponyville. Besides being abandoned by her friend at her birthday, she was even substituted. This pony had a little time screen but won our hearts. It's easy to find fan art about her around the internet. Moondancer was only given an apology from Twilight after 5 years. Imagine knowing the person that became a princess of friendship and passed all that. So, do you know any pony was wronged in this show? Comment down below. Who knows, we don't make a part 2. Did like this video? Leave a like and a subscribe so you don't lose any other video. Till the next time, and hasta la vista!